he brought up the point of syndication rules, and I don't really recall you ever talking about that with storage. And I'm sure there's a good reason why. So why don't you inform the whole group of why syndication is not necessary?
Well, it's an excellent question, and I will say that I'm not an attorney, and so none of this is legal advice. I've heard from some people who do believe that their understanding of the law is anytime more than one party is pooling money, it's technically a syndication, and therefore subject to the SEC guidelines, right? Which I am not going to pretend to be an expert on, but I'll say that they involve an attorney and usually $10,000 to $15,000 to comply with those guidelines. That interpretation is different than what I've been taught. And some of this is a risk tolerance thing. I will fully admit that they could be completely right, and I may be technically syndicating money. My understanding from the people I've spoken with are that what the SEC is really concerned about is soliciting funds, right? And so there's various classifications of syndicating money or bringing deals together. And my understanding is their biggest concern is soliciting money. So if you're soliciting money from people, basically pitching people on your deal, that's the big no-no. And so, and it does not apply to people with whom you have an existing relationship. So I've never worried about needing to go into, what are they called? Someone help me. Say that out loud, Josh. You're on mute.
What's that?
Did you have what's it called when
a PPM?
Yeah, private placement memorandum, right?
Yeah.
So my understanding is that those are necessary if you're going to be soliciting funds. I never solicit money from people that I don't have an existing relationship with, and my understanding is therefore I don't need those. Now that's kind of a half answer to your question. I don't know if you want to dive deeper in it. I'm probably not the guy to dive too deep on these, I'll be honest.
Is there a definition of existing relationship and what that entails?
Even an SEC attorney will tell you that it's very gray. At least that's what I've been told, is that it's very gray. There are some people that would say, the second time you meet them, it's an existing relationship. I don't know that I would want to flirt with that kind of aggressive approach. I don't know what the right answer is as far as how long have you known them, in what capacity. I really don't know. The other way around it is if they meet certain financial standards, which some of you are probably familiar with, right? And they sometimes change, so I might be out of date on them, but it's either, and it's different for a single versus a married couple, but $250,000 in income or a net worth of $1 million or more. And if they meet those standards, then if you have the proper paperwork in place, you can pitch them from the front of a hotel room, and you can have 100 of them there looking at you while you do it.
They're accredited investors.
Correct.
Hey, Mike, can I chime in?
Please do.
Okay. So my understanding, and like Mike said, I'm not an attorney either, so please take this with a grain of salt, but having an pre-existing relationship doesn't prevent one from needing to syndicate. It only prevents the type of syndication. So syndications fall under Reg D, and there's two types. There's 506B, 506C. 506B basically stipulates that you can market to, or you can accept funds from non-accredited investors, up to 35 non-accredited investors, but you cannot solicit to them. 506C, you can only receive money from accredited investors, and you can advertise. So if you ever go on Facebook and you see these funds that are advertising, that's a 506C offering. Either way, though, in either instance, whenever you're trading money or equity, that's a security. and it has to be syndicated. Now, the way that people get around it, and it sounds like this is what you did, Mike, was they engage in joint ventures where both parties have an active role in the business. So if somebody's getting equity, but they still have an active role in the management of the business, even if it's not 50-50 per se, well, then that's a joint venture, and that doesn't fall under Reg D guidelines. So that's my understanding.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
the other thing in Mike's scenario was he and Ken didn't put any money into that deal, did you?
Correct.
So they're not trading money for equity necessarily.
Well, so I will say we didn't put in any money, but we brought money to the table in the form of debt. So that muddies the waters even more. Josh's point is well taken, though. We all had active roles except for the one lender, and he just got a fixed interest rate, so it wasn't an issue there. Some of this comes down to, and clearly, I hope you all, I'm not the only one that understands that Josh is more well versed in this than I am.